Borowiecki R keeps control of Matt Duchene while goalie Craig Anderson watches where the puck goes. Wayne Cuddington Post Media Pierre Dorion has been relentless in his pursuit of Matt Duchene. The Ottawa Senators general manager came close to a deal Friday night that died on the table, but that doesn't mean the door is completely closed on the club trying to find a way to acquire the disgruntled Colorado Avalanche center. While the Senators were close on a three-way deal with the Avalanche and Nashville that would have brought Duchene to Ottawa and sent center Kyle Turris to the Predators, the trade fell apart because one of the teams involved wasn't satisfied enough to pull the trigger. It's hard to determine what happened here to send talks off the rails, but one of the issues here is Turris would have had to agree to an extension with the Predators before any trade could have been made. Yes, the Senators wanted to get this done before they head to Stockholm Monday to face the Avalanche in a back-to-back series starting next Friday at the Ericsson Globe, but Dorion and Avalanche GM Joe Sakic will both be overseas, so there's nothing stopping them from sitting down for a face-to-face meeting. Teams talk on the phone all the time, but often GMs will tell you that once they get in the same room it's easier to make a trade. Given the demands the Avalanche are making in this trade believed to be a package of high draft picks and a prospect there would have had to be another team to make it happen, and that's why the Predators were brought into the mix, because they're heavily interested in Turris. All things being equal, the Senators could have had Duchene, 26, in their lineup Saturday at home against Vegas, but it's believed somebody involved in the trade balked, which is why if Dorion wants this to happen he's going to have to find a new dance partner that will be able to satisfy Colorado's needs in this deal. For the record, nobody is saying a word because these talks are delicate. Let's face it, Sakic has been trying to trade Duchene for 2 years and hasn't been able to get a deal done. Maybe when Dorion and Sakic run into each other next week at Stockholm will get talks back on track and spur both sides to make a deal. Since a three-team trade is difficult to consummate at the best of times, it would have to be a case where all three general managers are satisfied with what they're getting in return, and that's the biggest hurdle to making a deal like. Also, Turris would have be willing to sign an extension in his new destination. Dorion has been aggressive in his pursuit of Duchene, who is looking for a change of scenery with the Avalanche in a rebuild. He had hoped to be dealt in the summer but reported to the Colorado camp because he wanted to honor his contract and try to up his market value so a deal could be made. Ottawa likes Duchene because they feel like he fits the bill to play in Coach Guy Boucher's system, and though he's less than 2 years away from unrestricted free agency, you have to think the Senators feel they can get the parameters in place to sign him to an extension just over a year from now. Duchene's best year was 201,314 when he finished with 23 goals and 70 points, but he did have a 30-goal campaign in 201,516. It should be noted, though, he played at the Olympics in Sochi, Russia and was on the World Cup team last September. He's highly regarded and doesn't have much talent around him. The Senators are one of the most interested teams in Duchene, but they aren't alone because the Montreal Canadiens, Carolina Hurricanes and the Predators have been among 7 or 8 clubs that have shown genuine interest. The Avalanche have been looking for a defenseman in return as part of any deal. At some point, Sakic is going to find a trade he likes for Duchene, but the process hasn't been easy for him or the teams involved. The concern has always been the price keeps changing and nobody has been able to nail Sakic down to the point that they've gotten him ready to send Duchene elsewhere. The belief is Sakic is going to wake up and decide the time has come to trade Duchene. This isn't working for either Duchene or the AVs, but they had a .750 record as they prepared to face the Philadelphia Flyers Saturday night in the city of brotherly love. If Sakic is motivated to make a trade, and certainly sounds like he is, then talks can get back on track with the Senators if the two sides can find common ground and another dance partner to make it work. This deal may have fallen through, but that doesn't mean talks can't resume again. When a door closes, it usually means another one opens. Be Garriock at postmedia.com, Twitter at SunGarriock.